So we're here to do an estimate on this property. Now, this is probably one of the worst streets we've ever filmed on. So we're gonna see if this property is even worth doing. We're gonna check out 3 of the units. I'm pretty sure somebody lives in the 4th one, but I'm not confident. We're gonna go inside, check out all the units and show you guys if we think it's worth it or not.
Somebody had a dog or something in here.
Well, there's that dog next door. I know there's a dog loose on the property. We need to be careful, make sure it's not in here loose and not gonna attack us. Oh boy, whew. No, it's just pee, I think, from an animal's.
Yeah, they kept a dog in here, which tells you that maybe they kept drugs or something in here.
Yeah, I mean, you can see they've tagged it. They've got the street sign. They do have Windex though, so, you know, keep it clean. I'm almost afraid to lift this up.
It's a pretty aggressive dog because it basically ripped the chairs apart.
I mean, there's that pit bull next door. I'm wondering if it's that. But you never know that a pit bull didn't find its own way in here.
True, through the window, but there's...
Just to stay warm in the
no,
winter.
there's nothing over there.
There's a dog cage too.
Yeah. I mean, it's nice and warm in here for an animal.
God, I'm gonna have to throw these shoes away.
Why?
It's all just and piss.
Oh.
I didn't wear my boots. Mistake. Hello, hello. It's weird there'd be a wheelchair up there.
A little bit.
Like, they just get stuck upstairs. I'm surprised how solid these steps feel though.
Man, that dog ripped this place to pieces. I mean, that was just a pissed off dog.
Yeah, probably because it was locked in.
Yeah, it smells a little acidic-y.
God, a little? This is just full of shit. This whole room is shit, Frank.
Yep, let's get out of this one.
Yeah. You don't want to breathe this in. This is pretty rough.
This is, I need a mask.
Yeah, you want a mask to go in there. Damn, it's like in my mouth. There's a reason that this thing is $5 grand or whatever it was. It's destroyed. There's animals living in it. There's piss and shit everywhere. Not only that, but I mean, you can tell from the exterior and you can see windows missing, brick missing, porch collapsed.
Well, that's how an animal could have got in.
Yeah, and it's warmer in there than it is out here, which is crazy because somebody did these steps in an expensive way. So these are land bank properties. Now, this is one building, 3 separate addresses, but all 3 units come with the one property.
All right, you
Go
ready?
in there.
Hello?
Contractors. This one, as bad as it looks, there is no smell in here. We haven't been upstairs yet, but it does not smell at all. I mean, it smells a little damp, but as far as any kind of, you know, bodily fluids, careful.
I was just trying to see where that pit bull was.
It's just a little damp from, obviously, the moisture and mildew and everything that gets locked in a building like this.
Who was that?
That was me. You can tell everyone's a little more on edge here in this video because this is, you know, a bit of more of a rougher area, almost a don't go here area. And in a building like this, in an area like that, you never know what surprises you're gonna run into. We are strapped and things like that, but you don't really wanna have to rely on that and you don't wanna have to pull it. The most dangerous part is when everyone goes upstairs together because then there's no way out. We gotta do it though, part of the job. When people talk about a rebirth of Detroit, yes, it's here, but it takes people coming into these areas and into these buildings. Look, they prepped it for us. But it takes people coming into these areas and these buildings to start that process. So you can't be afraid to do it.
Animals were just living in here.
Unit 1, absolutely terrible. Unit 2, not as bad, but like when it's connected to Unit 1, not great. And we'll potentially see Unit 3, if we can get into that one next. I don't know if this is just dirt and dust, or if at one point there was a fire of some kind in here.
This is bad, but there's obviously animal. I mean, look, you can see where the animal was living.
Yeah, something staying warm.
They just get in here and try to stay warm. Can't blame them.
We got some Riesling, if anyone wants to partake. But you know, we try to save as much as we can, but you walk through a building like this in an area like this, and it doesn't matter if you got it for $1, you know? I mean, some things just are truly beyond repair.
Yeah.
And keep in mind, we haven't even gone to the basement yet, but you guys have seen the exterior of the house, so you can guess there's foundation problems, there's brick problems, there's block problems. We don't have to see it to know necessarily, not in a place like this.
Pretty crazy. It's just how people live. I mean, just, I don't know.
I mean, it's not very often that you catch us saying these things are beyond repair. Back in the day, you could go into almost any of these buildings and most of them would be worth doing. They're drying up. We just had someone call our office the other day and they said, you got any more of those $30,000 renovations, $30,000 buildings? No, they don't exist anymore. A lot of the city has been bought up and it is coming back up, or if it's in this condition, it just gets knocked over. So we'll see unit 3, but those days of cheap property, cheap renos are gone in the city. You're spending some serious money now because of the rebirth that's been happening. It's been a long process, but it's been happening.
You can't expect hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of homes over the course of 2 or 3 years to be renovated and there be much left.
And not only the, thousands that get renovated, but the thousands that got knocked over. I mean, how many did the mayor and his team end up knocking over?
Yeah,
I saw at one point there was a bond put up to demolish like 20,000 homes.
Right.
So when you knock over 20,000 homes in this condition, you rehab thousands, not just us, but in the city in general, you rehab thousands of homes. The inventory does dry up.
It's a microwave.
I wonder what's in that microwave.
Yeah, I don't really want to know.
Yeah, I wouldn't open that one.
Look at that.
You could find money wherever.
19 something.
Now,
Yeah.
I believe that dog was on the back porch of the
I'm
next
just not
one
sure
over.
which one. Yeah, that's what I
So we
was
might
thinking.
want to go around, but if it got in the yard, it can get out of the yard.
I mean, I think we should take a look at the situation.
It is a shame because you can imagine, if you go back in time, how nice this building would have been. What triplexes do you see have nice big rounded entries like this with limestone steps and limestone caps, and you don't really see that.
God, there was an upper level?
Yeah, somewhere.
Well, somebody must live in this one. Can you imagine?
Well, but the door's right here.
Here's the thing, can you imagine living in this, next to this?
Yeah, I mean, can you imagine? This is the one person who managed to keep their house or buy theirs through all this, and you live next to these. So all day, especially in the winter months, you probably got squatters, you probably got drug users. This is probably a trap house for someone. They're storing drugs or whatever, so they put dogs in here like in that first unit, and you're living right next to it because that's the house you got.
Maybe that pit bull was,
I'm thinking it's theirs, but
because he just mowed right to there.
yeah,
I don't know if I want to step over.
I don't know. I mean, the entry's over here. This way's not so bad. I don't know what this plant is.
Yeah, I know. That's what I was thinking. Is there poison ivy over here?
Are we worried about this thing?
That thing?
Yeah. This one's the only one in the way. I just don't know what this is.
This is where we should go live and ask people.
Yeah, who knows what this plant is? Somebody tell me what this plant is and whether we should be worried about it or not.
This is just a tree.
But see, if that's out of the way, then we're good.
That's a tree.
And here's the neighborhood slow rolling by us, checking out what we're doing. Notice the property looks like this, but that's $200,000 cars rolling by. We'll be careful on these steps here, if we even go. Walk where we're walking, because that's where the strength of the steps are. You can see where they've collapsed here.
Hello.
You can see, like I said, 3 units, 3 locks, all in the same code because it's all one property.
Make sure there's no dog in there.
Yeah, no. Make some noise to see if anything comes out.
Puppy.
And you can see, so that's for the dog in the backyard. We're not sure if it's back here or back there, but if it found a way back here, it can find a way up here. So we're gonna make sure it's not back there.
I sure hope there isn't a dog in there. Watch the floor over here.
And you can see there's a little bit of tagging going on in here. I mean, I don't know what any of this means. I don't think it really means anything to anyone except the guy who tagged it. I could be wrong, but hold on. Do you think it's out there?
There's a board there, but it definitely sleeps right here, I think.
Okay, yeah, make sure that's closed. Can you get anything in front of it?
I think we're good. I think the dog is right outside there.
So again, like we've said,
Oh, puppy's right there.
this is something you don't have to think about in other markets. But when you're evaluating a flip here, there could very well be pit bulls or whatever living in here. If it's aggressive and hungry and you're in its territory, you could become a problem.
Yeah, wish I had something to give it.
Yeah, I know.
We should start carrying treats.
Usually we give it whatever we have in the truck, but
Doesn't want an iced tea.
it doesn't. It might want a coffee. I've got a coffee. A dog on coffee might be hopped up, but normally we give it a little something we have on us, but we don't have anything.
It is somewhat tagged, isn't it?
Yeah, somebody's been tagging it. Now you'll notice it's all in red. That's not an accident. This is definitely, as far as I'm aware, more of a blood area, which is why you see all the red. If you noticed, when we go back outside, some of the caps are painted red and different things. Small details, but stuff you gotta notice when you're in their territory, right? We've never had any problems. Nobody's ever created an issue for us. but it's based on mutual respect, right? We don't mess with them. We don't blow up their spots. You know, we don't do anything to upset anyone. So they have no reason to fuck with us either.
I don't know what that means.
There was one downstairs too. It's got to be an initial of some kind. Oh look, something definitely coming in there.
Yeah, 100%.
Birds or something. Squirrels, raccoons.
These are, I don't know.
A guy lives on the other side of that wall. So he's forever tethered to this, which is probably why they haven't knocked it over.
Imagine the rats and the roaches.
Oh, I'm sure he's got rats, roaches. I'm sure he's got rats, roaches, squirrels,
Ratchets and roaches.
birds. Yeah.
Ratchets are horrible.
Raccoons. He's probably got, I mean, even dogs. How do you let your kid play out in the yard when there's a dog outside? And you can hear it barking. It knows we're here now.
Yeah.
What do you do about that fourth unit, right? Because somebody lives there, and so this shares a wall with them. So you can't knock it over, because then you're knocking their wall down and their roof down. So is the city gonna knock it over and then pay to fix his portion of it? Probably not. So it just sits and decays and decays and decays until somebody does something with it.
Yeah, or something horrible happens.
Yeah, that too. It could fall in on itself at one point. But you'll see, like I said, these caps here,
Limestone.
painted red. They are limestone, which is nice, but painted red. It's really faded, but the wood was painted red. There's a lot of subtle hints, right? The address plates are red. Just things you gotta pay attention to.
I don't understand how you could live next to this. How could you be attached to this?
Here's another thing to think about. What do you notice here in this corner, right? That roof, they share a roof. That brick, they share a brick. That interior wall between the two, they share those. So normally you'd have 4 people dividing the costs of these things. If this roof leaks over here, it very well could run right down into his unit on the end here.
Definitely.
That sucks. Because even though you only own 1/4 of the building, you gotta fix the roof, otherwise you're just gonna have a leak. Same with this brick and these windows, right? Those windows might not necessarily be his unit, but he may have had to put them in just to keep animals and critters and water from getting in. You know, so it's something you don't think about, but he's got to maintain a lot of this now that wouldn't traditionally be his space. So someone was yelling at us as they drove by. Who knows if it was friendly because they know us from the channel. Who knows if it wasn't because we're not in a great area. You can see red bandana, you know, just more signs, red cars, right? And people might think that's just coincidental. It's not. Leave them alone, they leave you alone. Usually not a big deal. That van right there is plated and tagged. Obviously Connor can't show the plate and everything,
It's
but
expired in May, but yeah.
that van is plated and tagged, so somebody kept it here to keep up the appearance of somebody being here. It's a contrast, right? Because you look at this house, or this, you know, triplex, quadplex, whatever you want to call it, and it's pretty messed up. If you go 1 block down the street, you've got a massive, what is it, like 300 acre?
It's big.
Or something. Massive seminary and school and done up to the nines. Nice brick, nice limestone, everything else.
You can see the top of it.
Yeah, you can see the top of it from here. So in my opinion, in Frank's opinion, I think this thing's better off left alone. Not a great street, not a great area, not sure who owns the 4th unit or what's going on there. Dog living in the property. I think overall it's just not something we want to do. I don't think it's something the owner should touch. The economics just aren't there. But if you want to see another abandoned building we've walked through that we might rehab, click right here.